They fought for a mysterious card. A card to bypass hell. A straight ticket to heaven. 4. Members of the Suicide Squad were on a raid to retrieve a top-secret intel embedded in a flash drive from an underboss, Tobias. Their boss Amanda Waller put Vertigo in charge of the operation as traces led them to a strip club. Tobias did put up a fight, but he was killed at last as Vertigo retrieved the intel from him. Vertigo collided with his girlfriend to hide the information from Waller as he killed one of their members and attacked Deadshot another to fake a collateral damage. Unbeknownst to him, Waller has been listening to their conversation through an earplug in Deadshot ear. Waller placed mini bombs in their heads as she detonated Vertigo's bomb, blowing his head off while Deadshot shot his girlfriend as an act of mercy. Deadshot mission was over and was back in jail. There, he received a letter from his daughter and was reluctant to read it. Another mission came up and Amanda Waller began forming a new team from the prisoners to go on a suicide mission. The new teams consist of Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Boomerang, Crystal Frost, Copperhead, and Bronze Tiger. A microbomb and tracking device were inserted in them to ensure they don't go off rails. Their new mission was to retrieve a lost mysterious card. According to intel, the last person found with the card was Steel Maxim, so the first step was to find him so they can know the whereabouts of the card. Deadshot was placed in charge of the squad operation, although Bronze Tiger wasn't happy about a murderer leading the team. An associate of Amanda Waller snitched on her for some cash and gave some information about the Suicide Squad and the lost card to Zoom and his associates. The intel led the squad again to a club, and it turns out Steel Maxim is a stripper. He danced for a while until he spotted the Banshee, an associate of Zoom, and tries to run, but he was stopped by another associate as they attempted to adopt him before the Suicide Squad intervened. After a wild confrontation, the Suicide Squad rescued him and they escaped using their minivan. Zoom chased them, but he was a bit slower than usual for a speedster and was stopped by Crystal Frost, who froze the ground, making Zoom slip. At night, they set up campfire as they asked Steel Maxim about what the card entails and its location. He explained to them that he used to be Dr. Fate, selected by the Spirit of Nabu and assigned a helmet of Nabu and a lair which contains various collections, but of all the collections, the one Nabu values the most was a black shiny card. The card works if a person dies with a card on their body. They can bypass hell and go straight to heaven, but the card can only be used once and then it becomes useless. Maxim explained how he brought 2 girls from the club to have some fun when one of them attempted to steal the card. He tried to get to his helmet, but the girls stopped him and stole both the helmet and the card from his lair. No longer in possession of the helmet or card, he was thrown out of the lair by Nabu and he was no longer Dr. Fate. Amanda Waller listened to their conversation through an earplug in Deadshot and Concord that the girls who stole the card was Vandal Savage and Knockout. Stole it for their dad, Vandal Savage, who appears to be a 50,000-year-old immortal villain, but fears that one day he might just die. That's why he needs the get out of hell free card. Deadshot was reluctant to fight an immortal villain, but Waller promised to remove 10 years from his sentence, which means he will be a freeman. Having no use for Maxim, they threw him out of the bus and continued on their way. The police were about to arrest Maxim when Zoom and his associated appeared to adopt him and other to find out the location of the card. The Suicide Squad went to Vandal Savage apartment in Denver and planned to infiltrate the building by taking out the security guards. They attacked the girls and managed to restrain them as Bronze Tiger retrieved the card from the safe. In a moment, Vandal Savage soldiers arrived at the place determined to kill everyone, including his daughter and other, to retrieve the card for Vandal Savage. The confrontation was so fierce that Knockout, Vandal Savage's girlfriend, was fired by the soldiers. Vandal Savage was horrified as she attacks and kills some of the soldiers. Deadshot managed to retrieve the card as he and his squad were surrounded. Vandal Savage appeared and offered to let them leave if Deadshot hands over the card to him. Deadshot spins the card to him, but he didn't keep his word and attacked them, but they managed to escape. Meanwhile, Zoom, who arrived late, saw Vandal Savage aircraft leaving and planted a tracking device on it. Amanda Waller was very disappointed with Deadshot and put Bronze Tiger in charge of the operation. While driving north for the time being, they stopped at a restaurant to get some food while Deadshot remained in the car. In there, he received a call for Vandal Savage as she gave him the location of her father as revenge for Knockout. Crystal Frost went to the restroom to wash up when she got ambushed by Zoom's crew and was kidnapped. Deadshot in the bus saw the kidnap as he informs Tiger and chased them, but they got away. Zoom convinced her to join their crew as he helps removes the mini-bomb and tracking device Amanda Waller planted on her neck. The Suicide Squad traced Crystal Frost to an abandoned house, but as they couldn't find her, Waller tries to blow up her head, but the bomb has been removed and placed in the house as it blows up the house, injuring Tiger as everyone escapes. With Tiger injured, Deadshot took charge and continued on their mission with the intel he got from Vandal Savage as it led to Vandal Savage apartment. They raided the place and found him, but it was too late as the card has already been placed with his internal organs, and any attempt to remove it will kill him and make the card useless. Banshee and Crystal Frost appeared as they freeze the squad and incapacitate Vandal Savage. At this point, Amanda Waller and her soldiers were making their way to the scene. Crystal Frost assisted Zoom to lower the temperature in Vandal Savage body so that Zoom can work with him. Zoom explained to Deadshot that he was shot by Batman in an alternate timeline and have been phasing his body ever since so he doesn't die, and that's why he needed the bypass hell card so badly in case he dies. He phased his hand through the body and retrieved the card without killing him, but Vandal Savage died moments later. Crystal Frost double-crossed him as she eliminated the Banshee and Blockbuster and freezes Zoom. As she was leaving, Copperhead, who already freed himself, attacked her, sending the card flying. As they were still at it, Waller detonated Copperhead bomb as it kills Crystal Frost as planned. As they all got out of the ice, Boomerang also turned on the squad as he knocked Deadshot out and ran with the card, but he was stopped by Bronze Tiger. At that moment, Zoom had already gotten out of the ice and attacked them. Boomerang died as a result of the attack as Bronze Tiger picked up the card and faced Zoom. Zoom picked up a small, sharp knife and attempted to kill him through a death by 1,000 cuts. With Bronze Tiger half dead, Zoom dropped the knife, retrieved the card and had to face Deadshot, but ensures that any shot fired by Deadshot will be lethal so that he can make use of the card. In a moment, Bronze Tiger swipes the sharp knife and cuts his finger. As the card drops, Deadshot fired at him multiple times and fires at his head to ensure he stays dead. Deadshot, seeing Bronze Tiger dying, used the card on him just before Amanda Waller arrives and handed her the used-up card without her suspecting a thing. Deadshot was a free man now, as he visits his daughter in school after being separated for so long. This brings us to the end of the movie. In the meantime, subscribe to It's Mythical for more dashing recaps on this channel. Thanks for watching.